Kampala City is known to be a beehive of activity on a daily basis, but the coronavirus scare has driven most people out of the city. This is in compliance with the government's stringent directive on coronavirus. For the most of the day, streets have been deserted, shops closed.
Bantu babagadde ebyokukola byennyini byakalubira kubanga ekisooka obusoosa amaduuka gonna magazi bw'ogamba nti nnojja tolina gw'ogenda kuza buli omu atambula butambuzi.
Food markets were however lively, with most people buying and selling food stuff.
Kino emichungwa etugitunda batugamba batusera nate naffe batuserera mu katale batugamba tuseere embeera tugiraba embeera eriwo tugiraba mbi naye naffe tusuubula mu bugubi tubitundira mu bugubi tewali atugulako.
From Entebbe Road, Jinja Road, Bombo Road, Arua Park to Kampala City Centre, there has been noticeable absence of the usual traffic jams and human hustle and bustle.
Kitunyikiriza naye n'ekirala ffenna kitukwatako oba ogenda kukola buli kyovuddewo mu dakika 5 nsaba buli munnayuganda ampuliriza nga nze mbadde nsaba buli omu ayoze kusooka engalo.
Market places are known for their uncoordinated noises. However, they have now gone mute because there are hardly any customers.
Tunda byakulya naye tetulaba babigula. Yembeera eriwo ababadde bavuga abamotoka kujja tugulako bagagga tebachajja ate ffe abaavu ffe tusigadde mu kibuga.
Arcades are locked, though food businesses and pharmacies are still attracting clients, mainly because they are out of the quarantine bracket. The measures have been put in place as preventive measures against coronavirus.
Kampala City residents have been urged to stay at home and adhere to the government's guidelines in order to avoid a coronavirus catastrophe. According to the minister in charge of Kampala, Betty Amongi, the 14 days partial lockdown will help in knowing the current state of COVID-19 infections and formulate better strategies for combating its spread.
Choices that we make today as leaders will determine the numbers of people that will die of these diseases. There are some people who think that we have made tough decisions, but we rather stand on the side of caution than on the side of regret after many people have died. Therefore, I appeal to you Ugandans to break the cycle of infection. Stay home. Do not allow yourself to mix with those who even coming to visit you. Please desist from having people coming home to visit you.
The minister also elaborated on who will benefit from government food support and the criteria of distribution.
Of course, street kids and those who have been begging on the street will constitute what we call the vulnerable groups. And therefore, in the mapping and in the list that will be derived from each of the LC1, the zone, those street kids will be included, and those who, not only street kids, but I know there are also adults who beg. So those categories are all going to be among the vulnerable. On security, you have heard from His Excellency the President that between 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. there will be a curfew where nobody will be allowed to move. Why? Because we had already got very many complaints within Kampala and the greater metropolitan of people who had started robberies.
Kampala Capital City Authority has also advised individuals and organizations willing to offer humanitarian support to the needy to deliver them at KCCA for distribution. Supporting the frontline organizations in dealing with the plight is also welcomed.
One of our partners, Crown Beverages, has offered 2,200 litres of fuel to facilitate the movement of emergency vehicles in Kampala. Thank you, Crown Beverages. They've also offered 200 cartons of water for people that will be operating these vehicles and the health workers.
Meanwhile, food staff markets in the city and its suburbs are encouraged to ensure that the safety guidelines are followed. Failure to do so, they also risk being temporarily closed in the coming days, KCCA has warned.
A marketplace is a boiling pot of all cultures, personalities and even comedians. As the lockdown begins to bite, we visited Nakawa Market in Kampala and talked to some of the vendors. The first person we interacted with was a dog vendor from whom we inquired the price of his pet. The gentleman was quick to answer. But also scoffed off at persons who were jeering at him for selling his dog in the market, claiming they are the ones who are mad. We asked a man whom we came to know as Mukwasi whether people were washing hands before entering the market. This is because Mukwasi is a dealer in water. In Kalore Market, we found a gentleman who claimed that taking alcohol can act as a sanitizer. Some of the market vendors wanted their thoughts known to policymakers and the executive.
No, those who are having the big salary to cut at least 10%. Ugandans, we know we are poor.
Our government
The marketers also had a message to the Metropolitan Police spokesperson, Patrick Onyango.
Police officers understand. Police officers come from where you come from. If you are pregnant, if your woman is pregnant and you're taking her to the hospital, you stop when you don't forcefully say I'm driving, stop. You explain to the police officer that this is my wife, I'm taking to the hospital.
The situation is not good. We are following the directive of the president. Everyone should do what's supposed to have directed for. Washing hands, doing everything what they've directed us. Whereby there is no any transporting means, and everyone should move away from the city, leave the situation alert.
So it is exactly 7, and at this time you're supposed to be at home. Why are you on the street, and are you safe?
They have released me late. That's why I'm moving at this time, because I'm also the security officer. So I'm working near State House. So the delivery came late. So that's why I'm moving at this time.
So how far? Where are you heading to?
I'm going direct to Banda.
So you're walking all the way?
I'm walking on the way now.
Hey.
Yes.
Under vote 130 treasury operations for shillings 284 billion for financial 1920 to cater for mitigating the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Order, please. Order.
Maybe, with your permission, Madam, let me just give a few details. The health sector are asking for 62 billion, which is not the full amount. The security people are asking for 81 billion.